Hello and welcome to The Box Seat, Perth Racing's video podcast previewing all of the racing out of Belmont Park. The meeting we're looking at now is Saturday, the 5th of September, with the rail at the 3 metre position, the tracker soft 5, and the weather conditions are fine with 21 degrees the forecast. No rain around on Thursday, Friday or Saturday, so hopefully we'll see a soft 5, which might even verge on a good 4 by the time we get to the races. The first race is the free entry to Belmont Park handicap. It's a maiden, it's over 1,400 metres, and the replay we're going to look at is the luckless last start effort of number 1, Enduring Moment.
Great Fiery Water getting held up in behind them, and Permission is starting its run, coming right to the extreme outside as they fan. Barnsley Boy leaving the fence, wobbled away. Fiery Water's down the outside. Enduring Moment had to change direction. Here's Permission coming down the outside still. Fiery Water with 100 to go though, kicks a length and a half. Permission running around as green as grass, getting clear late. Enduring Moment, but first up Fiery Water. Fiery Water.
As we saw there, Enduring Moment just shuffled back at crucial stages. Jerry Noske couldn't get going when she wanted to, and eventually when she did get clear, it was flying late behind Fiery Water. I think that's going to be a pretty strong form race. Go back to the previous effort when wide the trip behind Foxhood. The horses in and around Enduring Moment have really held the form up. Narachi was an impressive winner of a maiden last Saturday, and last Thursday Uncanny Timing broke his maiden down at Northam. So all the form around Enduring Moment is holding up really well. Chris Parnham picks up the ride from Jerry Noske, and with Willie Pike over in Victoria, Chris Parnham's having a field day at the moment, riding a lot of winners, and I don't see a reason why it won't be another one for him here with number 1, Enduring Moment. My on-top selection, race number 1, and in fact one of the best bets on the card for me, from number 8 in Wardian, who's a lightly raced mare from Fred Kersley's yard. Lots of ability, does a lot wrong, but looks to have a future and a motor to go with it. Number 6 Next Best in Yamatai, who should either lead or box seat on a pretty pedestrian tempo, you would think. And number 3 Boulder Dash, who draws a gate for Paul Roberts. Sean O'Donnell picks up the ride and should be sitting a lot closer. Numbers in the first at Belmont Park, 1, 8, 6 and 3. Race number 2 at Belmont Park is at 12:38 p.m. It's the Crown Perth Handicap. It's for 3-year-olds. It's over 1,200 metres, and it looks a pretty exciting clash here with 2 horses looking towards a 3-year-old Summer Carnival in the returning Dom to Shoot and the very impressive first up winner in Eliminate. Let's have a look at the recent trial at Lark Hill of number 2, Dom to Shoot.
Behind those runners is Shake the Bloom, along with Pico, and ducking right back to the inside Divine Shadow. But Pablo's Poem still galloping on genuinely out in front. Now stretches the lead to 2.5 over Dom to Shoot. Ambionte battling away further behind them. Pico, who's actually making good progress late in the trial. Pablo's Poem stopping, grabbing at Dom to Shoot. Dom to Shoot has got up and bloused Pablo's Poem.
Well, that was Dom to Shoot easily running down very talented stablemate in Pablo's Poem at the trials. Looks to have arguably come back bigger and better than his 2-year-old season, where he won 2 races and was narrowly defeated in the Group 3 Sires Produce by Watch Me Dance. He's probably going to settle midfield here from the gate, and with any luck I think he's the one to beat, so I'm going to lock him in on top here in Dom to Shoot from the very impressive first up winner in Eliminate, who took the cutaway run, never went round a horse, but was very impressive in the way that she lengthened late. And the horse that ran second there in Billy Ray has a lot of wraps on him. So I'm going to mark on top Dom to Shoot from number 7 in Eliminate. 1 Starfield Impact, who gets the 3 kilo claim. Phylacta Rumelian is always going to be there and thereabouts from the draw. And then of the debutants, I didn't mind the trial efforts of number 10 Indigo Blue. From Adam Durant's yard, drawn gate 1, either leads or box seats, and should be giving a bit of a show on debut. My numbers in race 2, the Crown Perth Plate, 2, 7, 1 and 10. Race number 3 at Belmont Park is at 1:17 p.m. It's the Tab Touch West Speed Platinum Handicap. It's over 1,600 metres, and SJ Miller's horse in Chatter Session, a 4-year-old mare, to be ridden by Brad Parnham, is looking for 3 wins in a line. We're going to have a look at her impressive last start victory.
Tail end of the field is Miss Marietta. Tightly bunched, he's going right back to the cutaway with Sons Lassou. As 4 Candles ranges up, joins Simonelli. Bolshoi Gal gets the split. Sons Lassou keeps coming with Little Flirt. Advocator is down the outside. Chatter Session. Miss Marietta. Here's a great go with 100 left to run. Bolshoi Gal, Little Flirt now. Chatter Session. Chatter Session on the outside reaches the lead. Chatter Session. Chatter Session won it narrowly.
Chatter Session there was able to carry the weight very impressively in Class 3 fillies and mares company. She comes into a graduation, and to quote SJ Miller from the previous race, we'll look for a nice easy assignment for her, and he couldn't have got a better race because there's not a lot of depth to this field. There's also not a lot of speed in the race, so you'd think from gate number 3 that Brad Parnham will probably land one out, one back and give this mare every opportunity to make it a winning hat trick. Putting her on top in race number 3, number 1, Chatter Session. Number 5, Overthought, who reared as the start was affected last start, missed it by 4 or 5 lengths at a minimum. Thought she did a massive job to tack onto the back of the field and even pass a few in the run to the post. So if she jumps cleanly with the pacifiers going on, I think she looks the danger on paper. Number 11, Next Best in Stella Ann, who might find herself in front because there is such a lack of speed. And then I went to number 4, Fry's Fantasia, who clearly put in her best run of the campaign down at Pinjarra Park. My numbers in race number 3, 1, 5, 11 and 4. Race number 4 at Belmont Park is the Varley Delicacy Handicap. And to be disrespectful of us not to have some sort of look at Delicacy because such a wonderful race mare she was. The winner of a Champion Fillies, 1,000 Guineas, an Oaks, a Derby, an SA Oaks, a South Australian Derby, a Cox Stakes and even a Perth Cup. Let's have a look at Delicacy's win in the Perth Cup as we pay homage to her here.
Phil Neverland still there. She gets up on the inside. Real Love joins in. Here comes Dark Musket though with a run. Neverland, Dark Musket, Real Love, and now Delicacy. Here she comes. Delicacy under the 59 went to Neverland and Real Love, Dark Musket. It's Delicacy against the inside. Sublime, brilliant, greatness in the cup. Delicacy.
From one Cerise and White replay to the next, we look at the last start effort of Leading Girl here when running second to Lonsdale Lady.
Rebel Yell third, and then a further 2 lengths. Lonsdale Lady, Tonka Tough, put a spell on you, is starting to work into it now. And here comes Leading Girl down the outside as well. Count to Moz off 200 from Holmes, the leader by a length. Rebel Yell, Lonsdale Lady, and Leading Girl. Leading Girl lengthening stride, 100 to go, went up to Lonsdale Lady. Lonsdale Lady, Leading Girl. Lonsdale Lady in front, clinging on from Leading Girl. Lonsdale Lady, Lonsdale.
Leading Girl ran second there to Lonsdale Lady and just looked to peak on the run in the last 50 metres. They step up to a mile here, the pair of them. They clash again, 1.5 kilos in favour of Leading Girl, as well as Chris Parnham joining the saddle. I think here that he'll probably get back in the run and sustain a run from about the 600, but I think that Leading Girl has the capability of turning the tables on Lonsdale Lady. So in what does look a bit of a match race on paper, I'm going to go with the Cerise and White to score in the Varley Delicacy Handicap, and I'm going to go with Leading Girl to turn the tables on Lonsdale Lady. If she does jump from gate number 1, she could lead this field, and if they do let her lead, that she's going to take a stack of beating because her win in the Ascot 1,000 Guineas was enormous when she absolutely demolished them out in front. Number 1 in Aconite, who's very consistent but struggling to win, and number 4, the lightly raced Arrogane coming up through the grades. I'm going to mark into the 3rd and 4th boxes. But in race number 4, my numbers are 6, 2, 1 and 4. Race number 5 at Belmont Park is at 2:33 p.m. It's the Mrs. Max Handicap at 2,200 metres, and it's a winning hat trick now for Montalina, looking for 4 in a line. We're going to watch her last start win in very good fashion.
Black Shadow throws down the gauntlet. Gonna go, let's go. And down the outside is Montalina. Juicing Carrots, Black Shadow. From on the outside, Gonna go, Montalina. She's trying to lengthen stride and gather them in. Gonna go reaches the lead though from Black Shadow. Juicing Carrots, Montalina. She's still coming. Montalina comes at Gonna go. Gonna go, Montalina. Montalina grabs in. There's the hat trick. Montalina beat Gonna go.
It took Montalina the entire length of the home straight to run down Gonna Go at her most recent. I thought it was a career best effort for her. She's won 3 in a line, she's looking to make it 4. Chris Parnham is really starting to mesh with this mare, who can be a little bit quirky. She will be fired up behind the gates, she'll be rocking around in the gates, but when they do open them up, if she jumps cleanly, she should land in a nice enough spot here. They've been racing her off speed, but she doesn't have to get that far back in this field. There doesn't look to be as much tempo as there was in her most recent, and it looks as though she's going to win again. She's going to be odds on, but for those that look like putting horses into multis, she looks like a lock on Saturday. Number 6 in Montalina. From number 3 in Burning Pride, she looks like she's going to head up to the Kalgoorlie round, the Boulder Cup, the Kalgoorlie Cup. Didn't accept for the weekend's Coolgardie Cup because they stay at the staying trips, and it looks a good pickup ride here for Alan Kennedy. Number 1, Noir de Rue, disappointing since returning from a bit of a freshen up, but Lucy Warwick should be able to find the front on him. And number 2, Next Best Prize Catch. Really good use of Matty Derrick's 3 kilo claim, and chased hard last start behind Massimo. My numbers in race 5, 6, 3, 1 and 2. Race number 6 at Belmont Park will jump at 3:15 p.m. It is the feature, the Jolly Beggar Handicap. Now this is over 1,000 metres and it has a capped top weight of 62 kilos, which means we get to see number 1 Vital Silver coming out of Group 1 company back into a ratings race. We go back to last year's feature at Ascot, the Group 1 Winterbottom Stakes, where Vital Silver ran second to Haydock. Let's have a look.
And Stageman is starting to sneak up behind them as Trekking tries to weave his way through. Haydock's cruising at the 200. Haydock, he lets him down. He's stuck a length and a half. Rock Magic's into the clear. He's trying to run him down, but it's Haydock dominant in front, and Haydock all the way. Haydock goes on to win the Winterbottom from Vital Silver. Rock Magic Trekking.
That's Vital Silver running second in the Group 1 Winterbottom Stakes. His last three runs have all been in Group 1 company. A Manicato Stakes, a William Reed and a Winterbottom. He comes into this 78 plus, he gets 62 kilos, which is no doubt a lot of weight, but he should be carrying more like 67 or 68 in a fair handicap, so he's extremely well placed by the Pierce boys. They affectionately know this horse as Big Brendan, and I think that the grey Vital Silver will take beating in the Jolly Beggar Stakes. I'm putting him on top at his return. From number 3 in Belter, this is another grey who only knows one way, and that's to jump and run. Peter Nucky's going to have the handlebars down, and they'll all have to chase Belter a fair way out. Number 4, Money Matters, a last start winner at 1,000, but is a stakes winning 3-year-old at 1,400 and 1,600. You would think at this stage of the campaign he's looking for further, but he was nominated for the 1,400, and the very astute Adam Durant Yard decided to stay at the short course. Next best, number 6, Jericho Missile, likely to be a long way off this leading brigade, but he'll chase hard and he's going particularly well without winning. My numbers in the Jolly Beggar Stakes, 1, 3, 4 and 6. Race number 7 at Belmont Park is at 3:50 p.m. It's the Key Clean Handicap over 1,400 metres. It took a while for War God to win another race, but he was very impressive in doing so last start. Let's have a look when Chris Parnham jumped aboard, what happened.
Last at the top of the home straight. Snow Chino led from Red Publisher. 350 left to go. The run came for War God. Position of Power, Serenity Bay. They put their runs in together. 5 across the track behind them. Not to be missed. Looking to get clear. War God reached the lead. Serenity Bay. Position of Power. Trying to run him down with 100 left to go. War God's in front. He's going to hold them off, War God, and War God's too good. War God beat off Position of Power.
Really good effort last start by War God to beat Not to be Missed, to beat Serenity Bay and to beat Position of Power. 3 pretty talented 72 plus opponents. This is a wide open race, but I thought that War God was every chance from gate number 6 of holding his form, and he should represent some value in a pretty much each way field. I imagine that he'll go up at $8 or $9 and maybe even double figures. So at that price, I'm going to back an informed Chris Parnham and Neville Parnham to keep this old boy War God, now an 8-year-old, in form. I'm putting him on top, number 4 in War God. From number 6 in Regal Council, who gets a senior rider on for the first time in the prep. Both runs in so far have been with 2 kilo claimer Chris Graham, and Mitchell Pateman, who rides him better than anybody, jumps aboard third up. Number 1 in Utgard Loki went right through the gradesman last in work. In fact, he resumed at his first start for Justin Warwick in a Class 3 and ended up in a Diggers Cup and in a Eurythmic Stakes. I then went to number 8 Next Best in Moshard, the stablemate to Regal Council. You know what you're going to get with Moshard. He'll be out the back and chasing, but he's got a wonderful turn of foot, and I thought he was excellent first up at 1,000. My numbers in race number 7, 4, 6, 1 and 8. Race number 8 at Belmont Park's at 4:25 p.m. It's the Amelia Park Handicap over 1,200 metres, and Misty Baisley has He Always absolutely flying. Let's have a look at his last start win.
Deep at the top of the home straight when they'd balanced. In behind them is Melody Secret. My Lane ahead of the remainder at the 300 round the point. Weapon Sun grabs the lead. City Chant behind them. Melody Secret gets into the clear. Weapon Sun in front with 100 to go. Down the outside, look at He Always coming. Over on the inside, Weapon Sun with He Always wide out grabbing it. He Always wins again. He Always has...
That was He Always at 1,000 metres last start in a graduation race. And the form behind him has been super since. We saw Weapon Sun run second to This'll Test You last Saturday, which has to be a pretty good measuring stick for graduation type of form. Jason Reed and also Raquel Reed, the owners, with their famous yellow and purple camouflage colours, look to have got a pretty good horse here in Eeyore Ways, and I don't see any reason why he wouldn't be winning his third race of the campaign. He steps to 1200 metres, which looks right up his alley, and as long as he can blend in midfield, I think he's going to show that characteristic turn of foot again. I think that he'd be going very close to winning this, number 3, Eeyore Ways. From number 4 in Indian Chant, who's won 5 races since joining Peter Fernie's yard, and he's simply a new horse trained out of the Goldfields. His fresh run in the Gold Rush was very good in Country 70 plus class. Number 6 in Grand Design, who draws a gate finally after being riddled with bad ones. And number 7 in Devoted Star, who's going to need some luck, but by this stage of the day, Chris Parman could have already ridden a bag. My numbers in race 8, 3, 4, 6 and 7. Race number 9 at Belmont Park is at 5 p.m. It's the C Corp handicap. It's over 2,000 metres. It's a really tough way to get out in the last. And we're going to look 2 starts ago at a pretty luckless effort from Sugarcane.
Conquered Zone, Uncle Lino headed for home at the 350. Only a length in front, Mr. Delegator trying to bridge the margin. Sugarcane going right back towards the inside, runs on. Wide out, Diplomat Express. They're across the track inside the 200. Uncle Lino, Mr. Delegator. Now down the outside, Diplomat Express. Ombudsman got its head in front from Uncle Lino. Uncle Lino, Ombudsman though, on the outside rather hitting the lead, Mr. Delegator.
Well, that was Sugarcane 2 starts ago when Lucy Warwick rode. And you could see there that Sugarcane was held up the entirety of the home straight. There's a lot of horses in this field that come out of that race behind Mr. Delegator, so I thought it was a pretty good indication here that Sugarcane could be competitive in this grade. Backs up off 7 days, coming back in grade to a 60 plus. Lactar Rumley picks up the ride, so she gets in with absolutely no weight. And while the only time that she's been winning is with Willie Pike in the saddle, I thought this was sort of each way in the last and a throw at the stumps in the Get Out Stakes. I went with number 10 on top in Sugarcane at a price. From number 2 in Uncle Lino, who was also in that Mr. Delegator replay there, you know what you're going to get with Uncle Lino. He'll be out in front, he's tough as nails, and Ray Vincent's had him firing on all cylinders for months and months now. Number 3 in Freedom by Choice, a good last start winner at a mile. He should be even better suited at the staying trips, and Clint Johnson Porter should have him in a prominent position. Number 1 Next Best in Throwdown, a really good effort 2 starts ago with a last to second placing type of run. It was a sustained effort under Chris Graham, who reunites with him here, and there's no reason why he can't be winning the last. Wide open race number 9, 10, 2, 3 and 1. Time to take a look at my best bets on the program here, and I'm hoping that we can get off to a flyer. I like race 1, number 1 in Enduring Moment, a pickup ride for Chris Parnham. And we stick with the number 1 theme. We go to race 3, number 1 in Chatter Session, who's looking to make it a winning hat trick. Good luck if you're having a bet at Belmont Park on Saturday. Make sure you follow Perth Racing on all their social media platforms to stay up to date. Follow us on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, and if you want, you can join the Perth Racing Punters Facebook page as well. All the information you need is on Perth Racing's website. Have a good weekend. I'm Scott Embry, filling in for Mark Warwood.